In schizophrenia, the cure is not aimed at getting rid of all the symptoms. As I said, if the person is able to achieve their potential, even if they have sort of some voices, some delusional ideas, but if they can live with them, as in if they are able to cope with them, if they understand these are voices, these are hallucinations, if they understand they are part of their illness process, that makes it easy for them not to act on it. So they are able to sort of compartmentalize their this psychotic experience, keep it aside and function normally in the society.
They play a huge role in who I am today. And there are issues, there are days when I'm down where they do get the better of me. You know, people talk about mind games. This is it. Not about mind games with other people, but mind games with yourself. It's a manipulation of your own self over here. And I think we all do that. It was because of the voices that I started to paint. Colors started flowing in my life. The very voices that were controlling me, controlled my painting also, controlled my artwork, was helping me at the same time. What happened at action level of cutting myself, action level of taking that knife and, you know, trying to kill my parents, or, you know, action level of wanting to run away, slowly transformed onto paper as action, but it's action on paper now, you know.
She's been able to express her symptoms through her art and through her paintings, and that has been a good cathartic experience for Reshma.
Fast, right? So, see, if you look carefully, can you see a woodpecker? The head, the beak, the long thing, and the body over here. Can you look at it? That's important. That's important that we are just not surrounded by the service providers, the psychiatrists, the counselors, the parents, but we're also surrounded by people who knew us before, friends who knew us, who we did trust, and they would remind us that you were like this before anyway. So why do you think it's a symptom? This is where your self-talk happens. You question yourself that, oh no, she said it's fine. You know, why are my parents saying any different? It's not that I'm trying to blame parents over here, because, you know, hey guys, you know, they've been seeing it for years. So eventually they also need to rehabilitate themselves. They need to go out, and I keep telling them, please go out and hang around. You guys haven't done it for 5 years with being with me. Please see that I have similar problems that with these friends, you know, other parents are having similar problems with other 30-year-old daughters. And then it gets them thinking that, hey, yeah, you know, I think we need to pass through this, you know, schizophrenia. And I would say that's a very spiritual part. I mean, I started reading up, started talking to a lot of different spiritualists or people who believe in other sorts of worlds or realities or explanations for things that science cannot still answer. I don't disregard science. My dad's a scientist, you know, but then why haven't you answered my story over here? Why is it that these are issues that you cannot answer? There's no cause, you say. There's no cause for such things. They say there's so many causes, fine, acceptable. There's no cure. But there's a different way of doing things. You can take medications. Why isn't there a cure then if you think science can answer all of this? I have nothing against it. But then there's a time that comes, I'm a very impatient person, I need my answers. I am not going to wait for it to happen. I'm not going to wait until science comes up with some answer to it. Yeah, now if you do this, you'll be all fine. Hello, I'll be like 50 with white hair. I'll actually start looking old. You know, I can't wait. I want to enjoy life. I want my Ferrari. I want to do stuff. I want to go out there and do stuff. I don't want to be sitting here taking meds until you guys come up with some answer. You know, no, that isn't me. I speak for myself over here. Thankfully, I went through that stage of 7 medications twice. You know, and it came down to maintenance before I developed mood swings again. And like my parents do believe that I've always been a fighter. I will not confirm. I will never confirm to something if I'm not okay with it. I've always been so-called impulsive about things. I'll only do it if I feel like it. And it was the same thing. I'll take my pill if I feel like it. I have nothing against medications. They do work at a certain extent. They do work. We do need it. I'm not against that. But there's a point that comes where I know I cannot ask myself, how long am I going to be dependent on the meds?
Yes, it did make me uneasy when she said that she did not want medication. And if I remember correctly, I think after stopping the medicines within the first couple of months, she did become unwell. And my natural instinct was to put her back on medicines. She was dead against it. And I can say that she was right, maybe. Because yes, with medication I may have been able to control her symptoms quicker, but yeah, she took a bit of time, but she reached there. So that sort of made me think that are the medicines always needed, and are they always needed according to the so-called protocols that we have? Because now in medicines everything has protocols and everything has a sort of decision-making tree. But that does not take into account the person, the individual we are dealing with.